Okay folks, we're heading out to a beautiful Blackwater swamp. We're going to be fishing for big red-breast sunfish today. Roosters as they call them. Y'all stay tuned. Alright, you ready to do this? Alright, let's catch these big red breasts. What we're going to do, we just anchor down here. I want to start off fishing this deep spot in the swamp here. There's a bunch of big logs right in the middle, and all we're going to do is throw it right on the bottom and see if we can't get a really big red breast right here. So just throw that right towards that tree right there, kind of out in the middle here. Oh, nice cast. I'll go right to the left of you. Alright, now let's just let them hit the bottom. And then you know what to do. This isn't your first barbecue doing this, is it? Just feel him. When you feel him, tap, 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 just set that hook, Annalee, okay? Alright. Boy, it takes a while to get to the bottom here. It's deep. Now just hold a little bit of tension on your line. Yep. Oh, I got him already. There he is. Ooh, boy, this is a good one. We ain't been here a minute, have we? You got one too? Go ahead, girl. Oh, mine's hung around a log. I'm going to give it some slack. I'm going to give mine some slack and maybe he'll swim out of that log. Good Lord, you got a big one. Oh, okay, good job. Oh, wow. Hey, that's a good one to start out with, Annalee. This is what we came for. Now, that fish is still on there. Folks, this is a red-breast sunfish. We're fishing in South Carolina in a Blackwater swamp. Now this is not a really giant one. We're going to catch some giant ones today, but isn't that gorgeous? They're just, that's a male. We call it a rooster, and he's got on his spawning colors. See how red he is? That's just like him dressing up for the ladies. That's just like him putting on a three-piece suit or something for the ladies. That's his spawning colors. He's just brilliant scarlet red. That's gorgeous, Annalee. All right, let me see if I can get this one from around this stump. Let's see. Well, he's coming. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. He's still on there. He's around a whole log. That's the only thing about fishing these Blackwater swamps. There's logs everywhere in here. Come on off it. There he is. There he is. There he is. There he is, there he is, there he is. Oh yeah. Another good one, y'all. Look at that. Another good one. Oh man. Is this fun or what? First time we threw our crickets in the water, and we've got two on. Two roosters. Now he's not as scarlet red, but he's still beautiful. He's still beautiful. That fish is probably 3/4 of a pound. I bet you we'll catch some today. Right at a pound, maybe even a little over a pound. Which a pound red breast anywhere you go is a giant panfish, and I love catching them and I love eating them. So do you, don't you, Annalee? All right, let's put him in the cooler. There he is. There he is. Around the log, of course. Nope, there he comes. Little brim. Little brim. That's an eating size brim though. One thing about Annalee, she loves eating fish, don't you? Mm-hmm. She's like her daddy. We like all kind of fish. Brim, sheep's head. We eat a lot of sheep's head. What else, Annalee? You like mahi. Stand up just one second. You like grouper. All right. All kinds of fish. You got him? Put him in the boat, babe. Alright, another nice brim. Nice brim. Good eating size brim. Alright, you hung up? Alright, let me show you something. That's one thing about where we're fishing. There's logs and stumps on the bottom like hair on a dog's back. And that's why we're using this braid. Because what you do, you get hung up, you just pop it off of there. And that braid plus this little thin wire, in fact it's called an Eagle Claw Aberdeen hook, number 4, but it's extra light wire. And with that braid, you get hung up a lot here. You just give it a good pull, even if you have to wrap it around your hand and pull it, and it'll bend your hook. If it wasn't for that braid and that extra light wire hook, we'd be tying hooks on all day long. You'd go through 5 packs of hooks in here. So that's how we're doing that. That's how we're getting our stuff off of these snags. Now, every time you hang up, every time you catch a fish, of course you lose your cricket. So anytime you fish in this Blackwater, bring lots of crickets. Support your local bait shop and go get you a bunch of crickets. We got 4 tubes with us today. 2 things I don't like to run out of when I go fishing: gas and bait. Okay, so we got 4 tubes of crickets. We ain't gonna run out of bait. We'll have a lot left over for our next trip. Oh, there he is. Oh boy. Hold your line up a little bit, Annalee. Oh my gosh, he went straight around that log. Every fish we catch does that, doesn't it? All right, I'm gonna give him a little slack just for a second. See if he swims out. A little slack. There he goes. Okay, he's out. There we go. This is a little unorthodox the way we're fishing the swamp today. We're just dead sticking a cricket right on the bottom. Normally, the fish would be up on the bank more, and we'd be using a beetle spin with a cricket on it. But right now, we're just throwing them right on the bottom, almost like a catfishing or something. Oh boy, there's a pretty one. Just dang. Is that not gorgeous or what? That's a nice one. That's either a big old good one or a good old biggie. Would you agree? Annalee. Now, Annalee, my daughter, I kind of had to beg her to come fishing. She's into horse riding. She's into spending time with her friends. Not really into fishing, but you're glad you came. You're glad you came, aren't you? Okay, you having fun? All right. Well, thank you for coming with me. All right. All right. Yeah, this is a big one, and he is wrapped around the log. I'm gonna get him out of there, though. Here he comes. That thing hit like a. Oh, here he is. He came up the log. That's another thing about using this braided line. You can get those fish out of those snags, can't you, Annalee? And you can get them out of there. Another pretty good one, another pretty good one. Oh yeah, isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? I tell you what, I love enjoying God's creation, especially when you're catching these things. Annalee, that is gorgeous. I tell you what, we've had some fun on this trip. I mean, we've been here, what, 20 minutes? And we've already got 10 fish, you know? We're just gonna keep a few more to eat, and we'll probably start turning some loose here in a second, okay? Because, I mean, I consider myself a fish connoisseur, and I know you do too, and I really don't like them after they've been frozen. It just does something to them. You know what? I like good fresh fish, so we'll keep a few more to eat, and we'll throw some back. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, I think this is a brim. Yep. No, it's a little redbreast. Now see, that's a female. No, I'm sorry. That's a redbreast. That's a female. She's not quite as big. She's not quite as brilliant red. Ooh. Golly, Annalee, you won't let me get my bait in the water. You catching them fast. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Another she brim, as they say. Another female. You know what? She swallowed it. It's like looking down into a cave. She swallowed it so much. Alright, there we go. Alright, good job. A dainty little girl caught a dainty little fish. Alright, let's put her in there. Okay. Get him, Annalee. Oh man, oh boy, this is a big one. This is a big one. This is a big one. Good Lord, Annalee. Look how he's got that rod bent.
Is he?
Oh my gosh, oh boy. Oh, he's still, fight him again, fight him again.
Hold on.
Okay, there,
Okay.
there. Oh boy, now that is an oddity, a rarity. That's a pound redbreast. That's a pound redbreast. And we have a really good possibility today of catching some even bigger than this. But isn't that beautiful? Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's gorgeous. I just got to thank the Lord every time I catch one of these. They're so pretty. Good. Good eye, John. Here, Annalee. Oh, boy. I had my rod leaning up against the back while I was baiting Annalee's line. And the cameraman said, Kevin, your line. Looked back and it was about to jerk the thing in the darn water. About to jerk the whole rod in the water. Oh, another rooster. Another pretty rooster. All right, another rooster redbreast. Get him, girl. Get him, girl. Annalee, are you gonna let me catch another fish or not? Oh boy, ooh, another pretty one. Look at there. Now these redbreasts are big this year because when that water's up in the wintertime and the early spring, the higher that water is up and the longer the water's up in the swamp, the bigger and the more plentiful the redbreast are, because when it's up in the winter and the early spring, they're up in those woods feeding real heavy. And boy, that's a nice one. I don't know what he's been eating, but he's been eating a lot of it. All right, pretty. Turn around a little bit. Okay.
You
all
look
right.
funny with that, huh?
Keep fishing, baby.
Oh, okay. I can't.
Good cast. Good cast. Good cast, baby. Good cast. Real slow. Now, just flip it right up against that bank over there, babe. Oh, I got one right here. I got one wrapped around a stump right here. Keep on fishing, baby. I got one wrapped around a stump back here. I'm gonna back up and try to get him off of it. There he is. There he is, right there. Pretty good little redbreast. You know what though? I'm gonna throw her back because she's full of eggs. All right, let's get up in there and get that big boy that's waiting on us up in there. All right, let me get you out from behind these limbs so you can throw. Annalee, look at those trees up in there. Isn't that gorgeous? Mm-hmm. You got a big cypress, big cherry bark oaks, tupelo gums, river birch. There's so much diversity of nature in this swamp. Plant life and animal life. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Here he is. Oh, there he is. Oh, boy, that's a good one. See this straight drop off bank right here, guys? Redbreast love banks like that with those roots and stumps sticking out. Oh yeah, that's a pretty female. They'll lay right in these banks. And you see the current we have in here? Redbreast are a fish that likes a lot of oxygen, which means they love moving water. And they'll lay right up in those roots and right in those stumps in little eddies. And they use that current to their advantage to feed also. Anything coming through the swamp, floating through that water column, they'll reach out from behind that root and grab it. So what we're doing now, since we're in the swift part, we're in a little bit more narrow part of the swamp, we switched to a beetle spin. I like using a big gold blade because of this tannic water and a 1/16 ounce jig head. And I like taking the body off of my beetle spin and just replacing it with a plain old cricket. And you want to take that thing and just lob it out there against that bank, against that drop off. Let it fall a little bit and slowly wind it in. And if he's there, he'll nail it as it comes by that bank. Oh boy, Annalee's got a... You had a big mud. You had a big mud fish. The monster of the swamp. Whew. I'm glad that thing got off your line because I don't like messing with them. They got like 4 rows of teeth on the top, 4 rows of teeth on the bottom, like a shark. Boy, you can put your hand in his mouth if you want to. You'll draw back a nub. Old mud fish. I'm glad he got off. You thought you had the biggest fish in the swamp, didn't you? All right, get out there and do it again. But catch a redbreast, not a mudfish.
Okay.
All right. During the whole winter and the first part of the spring, all of the swamp basin like that in there is flooded. I mean, really flooded. And you think about it, when that thing's flooded, think about all the food and stuff they have up in there to eat, up in those woods. Now the fishing gets good usually in April and May. When that water starts coming out of those woods and gets back in this main little run here, this main little creek, you got about a month there to really catch some big panfish. And we don't just catch redbreast in here, we catch smallmouth, crappie, big swamp brim, bluegill, bass, all kind of stuff. But you can fish like this in the PD, the Black River, the Lynch's River, all those little rivers up around Lumberton, North Carolina. Anywhere you got black water, you've got redbreast.
That.
Oh, a nice brown. Okay. Oh, now that's another fish you don't find too many of.
So cute.
This is a stump knocker. This is a stump knocker. It's another little cool little swamp fish. They don't get real big. They'll get about twice that size, but that's the sweetest fish in the swamp. Little stump knocker. Nope, I got him. Got it right there. Oh man, what a fish! Oh. Golly, that was pretty cool. When you see something like that, you know there's a redbreast in there. I mean, that just says redbreast all over it. Annalee, I got another one. I got another one. Oh yeah. Golly. That son of a gun can pull. Okay, there she is. Ooh. Another good one. All right. We're still just throwing it right on the bottom. Keep her. We're still throwing it right on the bottom. Talk about tackle a little bit. Tackle for these Blackwater swamps like what we're fishing today. There's several different ways you can fish in this Blackwater. One is with a good old-fashioned beetle spin. Now, I think I told you before, but I like the bigger gold blade. I think it makes a little more thump, a little more vibration, and it seems to attract those really big roosters. And then beetle spin, green works good, white with the red dot. Some people use the body of the beetle spin and a cricket. I just take the body off and put a cricket on it. I think it helps it dive more. It helps it fish deeper without that body. That body makes it more buoyant. Another way you can fish in here is under a float. Same hook, number 4, Gold Aberdeen. same weight, number 1 split shot. That's a real good way to fish. You can throw it up in a lot of these snags and roots and stuff and bring a lot of big redbreast out under a float. And it works good on a long fiberglass pole too. You can set your float way up and you can fish deep. All right. And then of course the other way to fish the swamp is what we're doing. We're just fishing it with the lead and the hook, throwing it right on the bottom. When you go to move it, you'll either be hung up or have a redbreast. If you're hung up, like I say, we're using this braid where we can just straighten our hook. Okay. Thank you. Folks, the way we caught fish today, you can catch fish like that in any kind of Blackwater swamp in the southeast. You've got Sparkleberry Swamp, which is on Santee Cooper. You've got the Remini Swamp. You've got the Lynch's River Basin, the Santee River Basin. They're catching a lot of fish in the Santee River right now, the old Santee River. The PD, the Little and the Great PD, the Big Bull Creek, Sandy Island, Waccamaw River is real good Blackwater fishing. The Black River, there's all kind of good swamp fishing down around Yemazee and the Ace Basin down towards Walterboro, Beaufort down around there. There's a lot of little small places that you can catch some really big and beautiful panfish in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, all across the southeast. So I want to encourage you. You don't have to have a $50,000 rig to get out and enjoy the fishing opportunities in the southeast. You can have a little paddle boat, kayak, a sneak boat, but I want to encourage you to get out there and fish those little small places. If you don't do anything but just paddle around in swamp, throw that beetle spin and fish under that float, fish crickets, earthworms, and enjoy it. Enjoy God's creation. Thank y'all, and we'll see you next week on the Santee Cooper